Lay, lady, lay, lay across my big brass bed.
Hi, welcome back to Live and Breathe Horses. So today we're going to have an update on Little Bing's story. He is getting back into work after his tendon injury. He's had a bit of an extended break from that because I've had a lot of other things going on. So a lovely way to gently bring him back, that's gymnastic, that's good for him. Apart from the lovely flexions of the jaw that he's doing himself, is with the work in hand. So we'll be doing that, and then we'll be doing also some groundwork, lunging but not round in circles, and we will get him back into some ridden work. But today what we're going to look at is the work in hand in the classical style. So a quick how-to on that. Basically your reins are going as riding position. So if you started up here and imagining you're in riding position, then your outside hand, you just slide it down, usually depending on the length of your reins, a little bit past the buckle, and then you turn it with your fingernails up towards the sky. That hand also holds the whip. Oops. Whoops, sorry about that. And the inside hand, Bing, stand still. Oh, there we go. Good boy, stand still. There. See? So if he feels that he had to move there, then he's feeling that from me. And because I'm trying to talk on the camera and make sense and thinking about loads of things, I was too busy in my mind. That was a lovely breath. So just to take a moment to come back to stillness, settle myself, take a breath, wiggle my toes and relax. So we'll go back to that. So that hand comes down here and holds the whip. So the tricky thing with that is the practice of independently using the stick and the outside rein. And then the inside rein, as if your hand had started up here, slides down and holds here just very close to the bit. And then the position of the human is just beside the horse's head so that we can see the whole horse. We can see what the back legs are doing, we can see the overall shape, and most importantly, see his expression, how he's feeling about it all. So we make sure we reward or release on a good moment for him. So as he comes forward, I'm going to walk backwards. So basically the first learning of this would be just to practice that, walking backwards. Use the fence as your outside. Put your horse up against the fence. Let's just do that as we're talking here about it. That makes it easier to learn as you can start with the outside. And then using your body language, same as you would do. So it's to have your horse with you and good first. On the ground with a halter. You'll stop when you stop, he goes when you go, and stays with you before you even attempt this. So we'll get him in position there, nice and relaxed, and stop, and maybe just square him up a little bit, just push his weight back a bit. There we go, so he's standing more square. We can stroke him with the stick. And then when we want to walk forward, let's see if we get him standing still first. See, that's me having my energy too up again. As soon as I come down and relax, he's now standing still. Good boy. So I'll bring my energy up, look through the back of my head because I'm going that way, and off we go. If I had to, I could touch him with my stick if I needed to go forward. And just one thing to watch out for that everyone does is when you're going to set off that you do this with the reins, and then you are pulling the horse's head out the way, which we don't want to do. So just practicing that in the beginning. Get used to the feel in the reins, get used to walking backwards, and get used to halting and walking on. So when we halt, stop myself, take a breath, and if he pushes into my hand, I'll just hold until he backs his weight off. So I'm not pulling on him, it's more like he's walking into his own pressure. So let's just take a look at that again. That's it. If he feels he needs to walk off, my first thing is to check on myself. Was I still? Physically, mentally, emotionally. There we go. He's standing all squint again. There we go. Good boy. We'll just square him up a little bit. And we can ask here for a nice little bit of position. And then as I, oh, we're not going backwards, shut the back door. And if he pulls on me, I'll just fix my hand a moment. Lovely. So there we're going to go up with the energy and we go off at walk. And with this, we really want it to be soft and light, you know. This work has no value if there's pressure in it. It has to be very, very light. So we aim for being graceful, being very elegant, very soft, keeping in mind the same position as if we were riding. So my chest open, shoulder blades sliding down and back, keeping the breath flowing, keeping myself balanced over my ground, and just practicing, keeping walking, getting a nice rhythm, having the horse in position. And then you can always, if you get a nice little bit, just take a break and let him stretch, and then just walk off with him and pick him up again. There we go. So we can slow down. So with this, I mean, we would like to keep the energy as much as possible, so we get a school walk. So to think of, rather than the slowness, to think of taking very short steps. So they're short and light, and we get a nice position. As soon as you get a little bit you're happy with, you can stretch, relax, and pick it up again, you know. So we're going to go on, because he's quite used to this, and just do a little bit mobilisation of the hindquarters. So we'll come round in a circle, bend to the inside, slow the front legs down, so we can bring the back legs round in a circle. There we go. You could have a bit more crossing there, so a little flick of the outside rein, and let go, always with the rein. If you have to be firm, for one step only, so that we can really keep it very light. Because my shoulders are back and firm, my wrists can stay soft and light and flexible with the horse. Good boy, little Bing. So we'll just do a little one of them on the other side. Hey, 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 hey. So I wasn't very stopped there. There we go, Bing. Good boy. Good boy. So we'll come up and forward again. I'm going backwards, little bend to the inside. And we'll make 3 circles. So I'm making a circle in the centre. His front legs make a circle and his back legs make a circle. So we would like that crossing to come a bit more forward and across. So he brings his back leg forward, across and under more where the girth is. So then I need to take more back steps, so we come more forward and across. There we go. So that's something we can keep working on. The other thing that little Bing's working on with that is little walk trot transition. So we're going to do that against the fence. And this is a very good gymnastic for him. So just to vary the transitions a lot between walk, halt, rein back to walk, rein back to halt, rein back to trot, so that we can little by little go looking for a bit of a Piaffe kind of movement. There we go, Bing, have you got an itchy leg? So actually, let's just turn around and start over there in the corner. He's got a nice little engagement. He's thinking a bit, his ears are moving. He's not too stuck. And then as we come round to the fence, we'll just ask for a little few steps of trot. Good boy, get that. And halt. So if he walks into my hand, that's it. I just fix and wait for him to back off my hand. So we'll maybe just do a little backwards here along the fence. There we go. So it's really good one to pay attention. If your horse goes squint, as mine is, that gives you a lot of clues as to what's going on and what bits you need to work on. Good boy. There we go. So we'll go from that to our nice short little trot walk again. Try a little bit of trot again. Little bounce, bounce, bounce. And halt. So We go, bing, just back him off my pressure again. Good boy. So we can do a lot of that. That's really good exercise for him. It gets him nice and round. He uses all his muscles. It's nice and bouncy. It's good for me to keep myself relaxed, you know, to bring the energy up, but in a calm and still way. So we can have the energy and be energetic, but still be grounded and firm. So we're very much down there, but hey, come on, let's go, let's be active. That it's not like, oh, you know, too up in the head, because then we're not giving the horse a still comfortable place to be. And then physically, it's hard to be firm. So the whole key to the lightness in this, of course, is being very firm and still in our body. So that when we need to fix, we can fix, that we're solid here and that this can stay soft. And just to keep in mind that anytime you feel your arms firm or hard or stiff, a little alarm bell should go off. Good boy, that something's not quite right. And that's just to stop, take a break, go through it in your head again, or get someone to film, or set your camera, your phone up and film yourself so you can maybe see what's going on. So yes, that's what we're working on. We'll be doing a lot of that, Bing, getting you back in shape. And it's a great exercise, you know, for an older horse to work on, for getting back in shape as we are with him, but also just for working on. It's a super one also. And maybe you don't have time to ride, or it's really rubbish weather. I've got a little space indoor passage by the stables. It's enough space to do a bit of that. Oops, or as a warm up for riding. Have you had enough now? So anyway, thank you for joining me and Galileo today. Keep on tuning into the light, and we'll look forward to see you next time.
Lay, lady, lay, lay across my big brass bed.